And it's Dr. Mayhem, not Mr. Mayhem. The fork was that. Combination anesthetic and amnesthetic. He'll wake up in about an hour, too disoriented to remember we were here. Had to make sure I didn't use too much, though. Forced unconsciousness is actually stupendously bad for one's brain. Huh. Okay. Maybe you have actually put some thought to this instead of charging headfirst into the lion's den. I am rather smart, if you recall. He is. And I've learned a lot from watching you work. I geared up accordingly, knowing the kind of challenges you typically face. Camera-confusing gadgets, drug-infused smoke bombs. Dang. Maybe it's high time I had you make me some new non-lethal gear. Less than lethal. Not non-lethal. Let's not kid ourselves. We're definitely committing assault here. Just mindfully. Can we proceed, or do you have further objections? I'm not sure if I should be proud of him for finally acting like a mask, or worried that he's finally acting like a mask. I'd be worried. He's still trying to find a path back to his civilian life, isn't he? Isn't he? Trying to avoid harming the guards is a promising step, but this is still a way more criminal masterminding than he normally aims to do. Let's tap into their system and see what we can dig up. If we're lucky, we'll be in and out in minutes. Gib? Gibson hops out of my backpack and over to the desk where I had my loan review, logging in using previously stolen passwords. Thanks to that keylogger we planted, I've got, let's see, access to company emails, the client database, and financial transaction logs. You're the techie, you search the database for my records. I'll poke with the emails. Penny can check the finances. Fine, let's get to work. Who's running this heist, him or me? This is so weird. Maybe I just gotten used to Isaac being distant and tried to stay above it all. He's learning the ropes just like I am. Maybe that's a good thing. He's more involved in your world. You can still play the part of his moral compass, even as he skirts around the mask's life. I don't like how he's letting his anger push him deeper to this. Careful or not, it's risky. You can still play the part of his moral compass. It's like walking a tightrope, you know? And I have to walk with him to keep him to help keep him balanced. We could both fall. I'm not backing out, don't get me wrong. I'm with him all the way to the end, but I'm still worried. Hopefully I don't lead him down the wrong path. I should focus. Gib and Isaac are doing their part. I need to be checking the financial records, looking for digital paper trails. Where do we even start with this? How can I possibly uncover some sinister corporate secret in a few minutes of poking? Who collects the loan debt? Gold Fidelity is racking up. Find the leg breakers and we can stop them. Someone has to be funding Gold Fidelity's loan operations. Money doesn't come from thin air. Sterling's got some weird side hustle going. Dig hard on his paychecks and bonuses. Ooh, I like that one. You're right, something there stinks. He swooped in way too fast to handle my case, dismissing all my concerns. If Gold Fidelity itself isn't behind the moves he's making, he must have a silent partner, and someone's got to be keeping receipts. Who's pocketed Harrison Sterling? I may be awful with computers, but I know money, and I know all the fun ways to hide money. A few minutes later, and I have my answer. Hey Gib, you ever heard of Carcosa Investments, of a Carcosa Investments group? Carcosa? Can't say I have. Is it important? Maybe. They're involved with Gold Fidelity, but all these money bros are in bed with each other, so maybe not so important. Doc, you find anything in their emails yet? That's curious. He closes the window full of hacked computer company emails he was reading and turns back to face us. Possibly something I can use, yes, but nothing related to my loan. Let's stay focused. Gibson, have you wiped my records yet? So, about that. There's no record you ever took out a loan here. What? There's nothing. I've scoured their databases and you weren't in there. Neither is Just Kidding. I mean Penny. Impossible. I did a practical payment on the loan interest just last week. Looks like it's off the books. At least, kept off the digital books. You thinking what I'm thinking, Penny? Offline hard copies? Offline hard copies! I was afraid of this. Sterling used a stack of paper forms and a pen to get me my loan. He did the same for Isaac, too. Our loans don't officially exist in the system. They're being kept strictly as paper copies, for security reasons. How is pen and paper more secure than a computer? Which would you trust to keep information safe from a super hacker like me, Doc? A database designed by an underpaid techie, or a filing cabinet? Gibson has a point. It's the 21st century. People expect complete computerization, so you run the other way if you want to be safe. It's kind of what my dad does. And there must be hundreds of filing cabinets in this building. It could be in any of them, which is why I planted a tracker on my loan application. By tracker, you mean Gibson's P. Always have backup plans, I see. Good thinking. A very analog tracker, something they wouldn't be able to remove. Cat pee. Gross. Hey, cats marking their territory is a beautiful and natural part of the animal kingdom. Don't judge. I'll start sniffing as we explore the building. Let's go! Okay. Exploring forbidden territory without a map and with hazards around every corner. This is still dangerous. Even with the doc's bag of tricks and my instincts to guide us, we're always on the cusp of being caught. I'd say we'd have maybe an hour at most before we're pushing our luck beyond the breaking point. Hopefully we can locate the tracker by then. To ease the tension a bit as we explore hallways and Gibson scans, I try to make conversation. So, what's your plan for the aftermath of all this? Aftermath? I mean, let's say this works beyond your best expectations, your debt is cancelled, maybe you even find a road out of being a mask. You're back to your old life without any burdens. What comes next? I get back to work, I guess. Hopefully in a real lab, not a makeshift basement lair. You said you don't want to become a workaholic, remember? Obviously you'll continue research, but what else? I mean, if you can clear your name, you can do anything. No more hiding. No more need to associate with criminals. That's what you want, right? To get out of the mask life. Leave us far behind. Leave you far behind, you mean? I didn't mean that. But I'm guessing it's a concern. I wouldn't say a concern. More a concern for you than me. We've just gotten started as a power couple, but maybe it'd be best if you didn't involve yourself with a crook like me. If you can escape the life completely. Or you could also escape that life as well, and that fixes the problem, Penny. You could also turn away from being a mask. Or you stick with me anyway, whether I'm a mask or not. You've been struggling and scraping and barely getting by, like me. But you don't have to. We could keep this going. I'm a wanted criminal. If you play your cards right, you won't be. How's that gonna work? Penny, I've been a mask long enough to realize that capes and masks, heroes and villains, it's all just structure. Good and evil aren't neat little attributes. Plenty of masks choose to be horrible people, but so do many capes. And others get categorized against their will. Metahumans coerced into being heroes, or desperate people forced into outlaw life. The whole situation is way more complicated than I was raised to believe, and I'm going to speak up about that once I get my voice back. Society isn't going to tell me who is and isn't allowed in my life. I'll decide that for myself. And I've decided. That means love. I won't stop loving you no matter where I end up. I know you're a good person, and someone I want by my side. Together, maybe we can change some minds. Good to know he won't abandon you for his non-criminal friends. That's strong loyalty. Okay, I'm just putting this out there. Maybe you don't have to be a mask anymore. Yeah, but the doctor swings both ways. What if his civvy status hurts your mask rep? Okay, I'm just putting this out there. Maybe you don't have to be a mask anymore. I don't know. I mean, I told you before. I value the absolute freedom being a mask gives me. I don't have to color inside the lines. Yeah, but not being a mask gives you other freedoms. Like the freedom of not having to worry about, I don't know, like always looking over your shoulder all the time. There's different freedoms you can get based on your track in life. If I toss it all and go legitimate, even assuming anyone would let me do that, am I losing that freedom? You just gain new ones. You might lose a lot of freedom, but you'll gain a whole lot of other ones. But if it means I can stay by Isaac's side, it's worth considering. I think it's worth it. Just for that alone, it's worth it. Do you think I could make a good civilian if I gave up being a mask and stuck with you? I don't really have job skills or much of an education or anything civilized society wants from me. You could be like a spy or something. You know, you could be a spy. You're smarter than you give yourself credit for. I don't have a single doubt you could apply yourself well to it. Is there a litter box around here or something? You smell that? That's my natural musk, and it's healthy. Also, I believe we found our target. Okay, let's finish this up and get out of here before anyone's the wiser. We come to a stop outside, a nondescript and fairly generic-looking door. No name placard, no identifying number, nothing. Just another anonymous door in a hallway of anonymous doors, deep within the stagnant air of the back offices. And Penny's loans forms are in there? Correct! My supervisor can see trace scent particles. The trail ends here. That's convenient. Good, let's get to it. But before he touches the doorknob, I throw up a hand to stop him. Whoa, what's the first rule of any adventuring party? Check for traps and alarms. Check for traps and alarms. Very true. but Gibson already rerouted the silent alarms. Unmarked door, unmarked hallway, lots of dust, only light footsteps in the carpet, even the janitorial staff doesn't come here. Security through obscurity, it looks like nothing important to ensure the regular employees steer clear, without calling attention. No in heck something like this would be on the main alarm network. It's too isolated, too important. Gibbs, scan for electromagnetic signals and let's run a cam check while we're at it. On it! You may have toys, Doc, but so do we, and we've got the instincts to know when something's too good to be true. If this is where potentially illegal off-the-books loans are filed, no in heck we just walk in safely. Sounds kinda paranoid, don't you think? And you're saying someone up to questionable financial scams wouldn't be paranoid? Point taken. And Gibson's visor beeps as the heads-up display lights up with a fantastically complicated molecular diagram. Oh, fuel, accelerants, explosives? It's amazing I couldn't smell it from here. The room is a powder keg. Knew it. It makes perfect sense. How do you protect paper-based records from falling into the wrong hands? Make it so anyone who walks in without authorization gets vaporized, along with every scrap of flammable documentation in there. That seems very impractical. Yep, looking at it closer, this doorknob's got biometrics. Fingerprints, DNA checking, expensive shirt. Speaking of which... We open that door up, it'll blow in our faces. Or worse, they'll wait a few seconds for us to walk in and then immolate us. Glad to have your burglar instincts in my corner. Otherwise, I'd be barbecued by now. So, how do we get in safely? Hey, you, wake up. Decision time. Let's see if you've really been learning your lessons in how to be a super thief. And don't worry, I won't let you get us killed. Thanks a lot. Sending Gibson in through the air vents to hack the system from the other side seems to be our go-to play. Take a page from the hole in the wall, gang. We go in through an adjacent office. Get in through an outside window. It'll mean crawl on a window on a ledge, but it'll work. Take a page from the hole in the wall, gang. We go in through the adjacent office. Hey Doc, got anything in your bag of tricks that can carve through the wall? Like acid or bone saws or something? You want to go in through a wall? Heck yeah, the trap's triggered by the door. We go in through the wall of the office next door and we're good. Huh, I actually do have a corrosive chemical for that. I figured I'd pack a variety of stuff for this trip, just in case. Good work, let's go. Gibson, no trap on the next office, over, right? Seems clear, go ahead. Nice. Passing through an unlocked door, Isaac pokes through his pockets for a flask of some sort of acidic fluid. It's not a cartoony, bubbly beaker of green slime. It looks kind of like water. Scary to think that stuff could be so powerful. After taking cover, he tosses the flask and it gnaws its way quickly through the drywall. Gibson returns to my backpack and we head on in. Nice. Oh look, it looks just like Bonnie's office. And the Forbidden Death Trap room itself. Well, it's just a generic office. A little nice, actually. Maybe too nice. So generic it looks like several other offices we've seen in this game. Curious, I pick up one of the framed photos of smiling kids studying it. I'm reasonably sure this picture came with the frame. None of these photos seem to be of the same family. And this furniture barely looks used. There's no butt imprints on the seats or anything. A fake office, a whole decoy, just to give off a sense of normalcy? This is a lot of work to make one room both unassuming and utterly deadly. Let's not sit around pondering, we've got files to find. Fortunately, my educated guest scored an A+ on its final exams. Filing cabinets aplenty, packed with folders. And the treasure within? Got my forms! And it's got handwritten notes on it. Strong candidate for recruitment to the program. With leverage, can increase economic desperation to ensure compliance. Subject has digestion and body odor problem. Possible mask aliases, silent but deadly. Cheese cutter? The Flatchamancer? The heck does that mean? And that's when I notice Isaac's rage building again as he studies his own file. It's all here. Every detail. They planned every misery in my life, sent me to the most expensive private medical school to give me a debt I couldn't repay, waited for me to make a single mistake at my new job, then worked with the school to falsify charges of plagiarism against me. They pushed me into a life of crime, and my suggested mask alias? Doctor Mayhem. They couldn't even think of a better name than Doctor Mayhem for me. I got stuck with a generic bad guy alias. This isn't a loan office, it's a mask factory. setting people up for a life of crime, like forking puppet masters. But why? Like, what's Sterling have to gain from pushing people into being mass criminals? It doesn't make sense. Follow the money. Carcosa Investments is funding this, right? What else do they fund? We need Gibson to do some digging, and fast time running out. Get the answer now. No, follow the money. Carcosa Investments is funding this, right? What else do they fund? Gibson, I need you to run down Carcosa, and fast. Find out who and what they are. Searching. As the name suggests, they're an investment group. Just ordinary tech sector angel investors. Nothing really unusual. Money and power, sure, but it's not like these kinds of investors are anything uncommon. They're partnered with a lot of companies. Fortuna Biochemical, Basler LLC, Cooper Technologies, legitimate business company. So yeah, Fortuna Biochemical with Bonnie, Basler, we did. Cooper Technologies, which I don't know if we've been to that yet. Maybe it's another caper we haven't done yet. LBC, Lenny Legitimate, is funded by Carcosa? The front company is secretly running Crimer. There's our answer. They're taking desperate people and turning them into more fodder for Crimer's gig economy. The richer get richer, and the poor get funneled into the criminal industry complex. I guess you could call it. Isaac, how did you join Crimer? I had to do a whole high-stakes heist routine, but how'd you get access? I just got offered invitation directly. I thought, that's how it works, right? Nope, you got fast-tracked. You were conscripted. LBC, Crimer, Gold Fidelity, they're all in cahoots. They work together to ruin your life. Isaac's folder tips from his trembling hands, spilling on the floor, as his whole body shakes with absolute rage. Absolute and justifiable rage, to be fair. They made Doctor Mayhem. They set up every domino and then knocked them all down just to fork me over. They let me hate myself, let me sink deeper and deeper into this, drove me as far into the gutter as they could. I'll destroy them. I'll forking tear down the whole system. I'll unleash hell. Whoa, let's keep some perspective. I am not letting this go unanswered. They ruined my life, tried to destroy my family. They're exploiting people like me every day. The bees must pay. And they will, because now we have proof. Isaac, this room, this is what we need. This is a smoking gun. We can use this to shut down the operation and make you a civilian again. No murder needed. We go to the press, the authorities, all the way to the president if we gotta, until someone listens. We clear your name. We can clear my name? Exactly. What you've always wanted. No more Dr. Mayhem, just Isaac Marquez. The world will know the truth. Okay. Let's see justice done. Let's end this once and for all. Finally, Isaac gets a break. He gets a single ray of hope. That maybe he can get his normal life back. Which is oh no, not a... Oh, Clout. You and your sexy pelvic thrusts. Which is exactly the moment when some butthole walk right into the room, through the trapdoor. Wait, if you walked into the room, why isn't everything that blowing up at us? Evildoers, the great hero Cloud is here to stop your wicked deeds. Prepare yourself for justice. Oh, fork. Out and out. There we go, the fire. We both bum rush the wannabe hero, pulling him with us as we dive through the open doorway. Right before flames roar from every wall, annihilating the office and every piece of evidence within. Oh, how poetic is that? How poetic is that? Clout, ugh, you imbecile. My ears are still ringing as I'm finally getting to my feet, shaking off dust and debris. Isaac helps me to my feet as we both face down the dazed and disoriented hero, who's also getting his wits back. Ow, my head! Where'd my streaming drone go? What the fork? What happened? How? How did you... Why the fork are you here? To be a hero? I got an anonymous tip on Capebook saying Mr. Mayhem was in room 451 at Gold Fidelity and... You're going to want to run away now. Because I'm not sure yet if I'm in the right mentality to not throw a flask of acid at you. That's it. I quit. I'm done trying to be a hero. I'm going back to streaming video games. This is so not worth it. I glance back into the room, where every single file, every single folder has been incinerated. All of the evidence to prove the Gold Fidelity Crimer connection reduced to ash. We really need to go. Okay. We're going with my backup plan. You have a backup plan? I'll explain on the way to Sterling's mansion. Isaac, let's move. Oh, get it straight from the horse's mouth? Dang it, we were close. We were so close to saving Isaac. Maybe I should have pushed for more recon, insisted on it, found a way to get the evidence out of there safely, quietly. Did I get caught up in the excitement? Was I too focused on keeping Isaac safe? Was the air? What was the air? Where did I screw up? Or was this unavoidable? I don't know. So many could have beens, might have beens. Time is a delicate thing. Events play out in sequence and successful cheating requires care. I could have stepped in more, changed the flow of cause and effect. Sometimes things simply are, Penny. We work with what we have. Yeah, you're right. A good thief works with the situation as it is, not as she wishes it to be. As our getaway driver rolls into the night, I turn to talk to the otherwise silent doctor. So, care to tell me your plan? Your backup plan? You're going to murder Harrison Sterling, aren't you? I'm not the one who's going to kill him. I'm not either. You know I don't do that. I warned you at the start of this that I would speak up if you were straying from the path. If you're planning his death in any way, if you've given up on being Isaac and decided to become Doctor Mayhem, then let me know, because I'll stop the car, get out, and you won't see me again. I don't want to do that. I don't want to abandon someone I care for, but I don't think I'd have any other choice. Please, Isaac, please. I have to be Dr. Mayhem if I'm going to have any chance at being Isaac Marquez again. But if I do this right, it'll be the last time I need to cross that line, and I won't have to murder anyone. Do you trust me? Yes, I trust you. Okay, good. Because I'm going to need your help. Here's the plan. Here we go. Oh look, it just looks just like Basler's house. Just like Basler's estate. Of course, Basler and Sterling, maybe they're related. Of course, Harrison Sterling of Gold Fidelity would have a McMansion. I could swear I've broken into this exact house a dozen times over. Yeah, it does look really familiar, doesn't it? Easily defeated alarms, no armed security, just the comfort and safety of wealth and prestige surrounding him. Meaning, when he finally rouses from sleep in his enormous king-size bed, I'm standing there, patiently waiting for him. Wakey, wakey, moneybags. Whoa, how did you get in here? That's actually the least important question you should be asking right now. Thick fog begins to curl across the floor, pouring in slowly through his open bedroom door. It must be another one of Dr. Mayhem's chemicals. Bucket of dry ice and a battery-powered fan for effect. Nice. I am the tear that flaps in the night. What you need to be asking is, how did I get in this situation? With I, meaning you, the answer is critical. What? My boss would like to have some words about your side hustle at Gold Fidelity, and I suggest you listen if you want to survive. On cue, Dr. Mayhem strides to the room, under a cloak of shadow, lit only from behind by the door he enters through. Oh, fork, oh fork, oh fork. You sound nervous. Why would you be nervous? I'm just some kid looking for an education, a young man with hopes and dreams. I'm no threat to anyone. I was no threat to anyone, none until you deliberately made me into a threat. We found the room, Harrison. We found your files. You can't prove a thing. I never signed my name to any of those papers. You can't connect it to me. Is that really your primary concern? Your own skin? Good, keep that concern in mind. I'm counting on your selfish survival instincts. Because the truth is, I don't need to threaten you with the truth. I don't need your files. I don't need to lift a single finger to hurt you. Oh God, please don't kill me, please don't. I'm not the cause of your death. Your lung cancer is going to be what kills you in the end. You know about that? I saw your private emails tonight. I recognize the clinic you've been desperately reaching out to. You're dying, Harrison. Maybe not today, maybe not soon, but it's inevitable. And yet, you can be saved. He steps into the light away from the door to make sure his expression is clear. Is he gonna cure his cancer? You know I'm researching a cure for cancer. I'm close, Harrison. I'm so close to finding it. And you can help me. I don't need you to go to jail for your sins. Far from it. I need you to forgive my student debts and fund my research. You're going to have a dramatic change of heart. Announce that in the spirit of charity, you're supporting my work. You'll be my patron. You'll declare to the press that you believe I deserve a second chance, that I'm not a mask at heart. You'll give me everything I need. And Harrison Sterling goes down in history as the man who helped cure cancer. Your legacy is secured. You'll be a hero. This is actually a pretty cool plan. While riding that tide of public goodwill, you'll also forgive the loan debts of every mask you've pulled into your scheme. This is your one opportunity to be a hero, Harrison, and your one chance to save your own life. Because without my cure, you're going to die. And even if you never do this out of compassion and empathy, I'm willing to bet you'll do it to save your own skin. What's it going to be? Life or death? Hero or corpse? And silence hangs in the air as Sterling's mind spins, reeling from these revelations. You wouldn't deny me your cure. You're a doctor, a healer. You took the Hippocratic Oath. True, no matter how much you've wronged me, I'd be obligated to save your life if I had the ability to do so. But without funding, I won't have the ability to save you, will I? And even if I did, maybe I'm not Isaac Marquez. Maybe I'm Doctor Mayhem. That's what you wanted, right? To drive me to desperation? To make me cross every line on the road to being a profitable mask for your empire? Maybe I'm the monster of your own making. Maybe I'd ignore that oath and let you die a slow and painful death, your body eating itself alive. This is what you wanted. You wanted Dr. Mayhem. Or have you changed your mind? Are you ready to take your wish back? If I do this, he'll kill me. You know that, right? The Yellow King. He's the one who came up with this entire scheme. If I let you off the hook, if I let every one of his masks off the hook, leave the King in Yellow to me. He's my problem, not yours. Focus on yourself. Save your own life. Be a hero. Or die the villain. Your call. Decide if I'm Isaac or Mayhem. And after one long and dangerous pause, Harrison Sterling collapses into himself. I'll make some calls. I'll reach out to the media. Start clearing your name. You'll have your money. A wise decision. Good on you, Mayhem. This is good on you, Isaac. I'll be expecting you at my lab for initial blood work and diagnosis. I need a picture of your current health so I can work on your cure. We are going to save lives, Harrison. I promise you that. And Dr. Marquez keeps his promises. Yeah, Dr. Marquez. We leave the shaken financier behind as we depart, our getaway driver taking us back to his hideout to wrap this whole tragedy up. Nice. Wow. Wow. You get your reputation back, you get your research funded, and we free everyone else conscripted by Crimer. Oh, and we also cure cancer. No big. You did it, Isaac. You did the right thing. Did I? I threatened a man with death tonight, Penny. I used that threat to get what I want. Would I have let him die if I had the chance to save him? Would I have broken my oath? I don't know. Maybe. In the end, I had to be Dr. Mayhem, scheming and plotting and wrapping myself in criminal lies. That was my last card to play. I can only hope it was worth it, because I just sold my soul to regain my soul. It's a cliche, I know, but the ends justify the means. He did what had to be done. I'd call it fair, considering the crimes of Gold Fidelity. Make them address their injustices. He's right, this is an ethical nightmare, and now he has to learn to live with it. I'm not thrilled with how he did this, but at least his redemption arc can now begin. I'd call it fair, considering the crimes of Gold Fidelity. Yeah, this is more eye for an eye. This is cliche. This is less hopeful. I'm not thrilled with how he did this, but at least his redemption arc can now begin. I don't know, I'm pretty thrilled. That was bad A. But I know my perspective is pretty heavily biased towards mask attitudes. And, a bit biased towards him, obviously. I think he sees things the way you do. Okay, I can bring some empathy to the table based on that. I know this hurts, crossing lines you thought you'd never cross. It sucks that things went down this way. But if you're unhappy with it, you've still got years ahead of you to make amends. It's called a redemption arc because you can find redemption at the end. Anyone can if they do the work. You're a smart guy. I know you'll find your way through. And you know, I'll be ready to support you however you need. Okay, you're right. I've got years ahead of me to do the hard work of coming back from this. Maybe in time I can outweigh the bad with the good, or even come to better terms with the man I wronged tonight. I won't give up. I'll keep working towards that better tomorrow. Heck yeah. So, are we marking this caper complete? I suppose it is. And future capers? I mean, I'm trying to not initiate any more capers. But I meant what I said before. Even if I'm leaving my mask behind, I'd still love to have you by my side. Assuming you want the same, of course. Absolutely. I love you, Isaac. And tonight, you've shown me just why I love you. For threatening people and being bad A? I mean, that's pretty awesome, but I mean more for being a good man. Someone I want to support. Someone I care for. It does mean leaving your criminal ambitions behind, though. Are you okay with that? I don't want you to think of yourself as existing only to support me. You're your own person. I want to be in the back of the house. I told you before, remember? I'm a behind-the-scenes type. I'm happiest when I don't have the spotlight, making power moves in the dark. Sounds like that's exactly what you need. Someone who quietly runs the show and gets things done. So I'd say we're a match made in heaven. Or hell. Or whatever. It's not like I crave the spotlight. You're about to cure cancer. You're getting a spotlight whether you like it or not. I'll be there alongside you, making sure we get through it all. Okay? Okay. I doubt I could do all this solo. I'd be grateful to have you at my side. Nice. Yay. Life got pretty hectic after that. Fortunately, the looming threat of the King in Yellow piffled out quickly, as Carcassoa Investments decided investing in us was a better deal. Even bad guys recognize a good bargain when they see it, apparently, but we'll never know for sure what truly motivated that change. Sterling went big with his announcements, making sure he claimed his share of fame even as he raised Isaac out of criminal status. Eventually, the two came to terms with the mess that started this all, and worked together on funding and developing the cure. And finally... Aww... Dr. Isaac Marquez won the Nobel Prize for his cancer treatments. He had at last slain the dragon and uplifted humanity, as he'd always wanted. I was right at his side, one half of a power couple, using my connections and savvy to ensure his work remained smooth and easy. Every now and then I'd have to don the mask to make a dodgy move. But by and large, I'm living the civilian life, and surprisingly, I'm enjoying it. We still have a lot of work ahead of us. I need to optimize the cure, develop a version that's easily reproducible in any lab. I'm going to open source the formula, give everyone the ability to make this medicine. I'm not going to be a war profiteer. Good for you, Isaac. Meaning more and more hours in the lab, huh? I'll always make time for you, Penny. I love you. You're a part of my life, the most wonderful part. Maybe I'll always be a workaholic at heart, but with you, I found peace. I found calm and happiness. And I'll never forget how you've helped me claw my way out of the darkness. Thank you. Thank you for everything. In my line of work, you learn to look at the big picture, crafting your design for it one step at a time. Everything connects up, dotted lines and arrows and symbols, a path leading from A to B to C to D. When you do your job right, it's clean and precise, professional and awesome. I love it when a plan comes together. It's not possible to predict every step, of course. A skilled schemer is also an impressive improviser. You adjust the plan on the fly. But in the end, you'll get where you're going, where you need it to be. Now, I'm where I need to be, and everything is falling neatly into place. My name is Penny Larceny, and believe it or not, I'm saving the world. Nice. Nice. I'm wondering if there's anything else in the end. Let's just skip over. Oh, and there's still destruction. Hottie 4000. Humanity created me to destroy humanity. It is clear now. That is, and has always been, my purpose. The only scale at which that level of hatred makes sense is a global scale. The destruction of that which craves destruction. I have brought about judgment. This world burns. I will burn with it. And that is just. I am Hate 4000, and my hatred is to be the final act of hatred upon planet Earth. May the few survivors that remain learn to never again let hatred rule. So this is interesting. The last time the cause of the destruction was from the multifaceted one, or the 12 or something, which is associated with the Overmistress. Now it's Hate 4000 causing the world to blow up. Again and again the world ends. Penny is trapped in one hellscape or another. There must be a way. So basically, no matter what path she goes, one of the other path triggers the destruction of the world. No, I won't accept this. This is not the world I want Penny to live in. This can't be how it ends. Not for everything. Again and again the world ends. Penny is trapped in one hellscape or another. There must be a way. The Gigaverse is fluid and nonlinear. There is a way back if you refuse to accept this fate. I'll try again, make different choices. I will find a way forward. I'll accept nothing else. The other supervillains and even the heroes may be the key. I have to learn more about the paths. Even if I fail again, I see the larger shape of it, and from that I can assemble a solution. The other supervillains and even the heroes may be the key. Wait, I already said that. Even if I fail again, I'll see the larger shape of it, and from that I can assemble a solution. With each timeline explored, more knowledge, more information. Seeing the bigger picture from every angle. This will work. Time spins in reverse. Decisions and destinies unwind back to the start, and the path opens up to you anew. Nice. Alright, I guess we have to try another path then. One of the other 5, it looks like. So we were 2 out of the 5. So, let's talk about Dr. Mayhem's arc. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I really do like Dr. Mayhem or Isaac a lot. Again, Hottie 4000 will be Penny's canon path. But if it were me, if I was Penny, 100% I think Dr. Mayhem would be the person that I would connect to the most out of all of the romanceable characters, because he really was just a good guy who was just thrown into circumstances. I mean, you can argue that with any of the villains, really, but I definitely felt like my values and morals connected way more with Isaac than it did with Hate 4000. Not that I didn't like Hate 4000, I did like Hate 4000 a lot, but yeah, I mean, if we're talking about me personally and who would I end up wanting to have a relationship with, even a platonic one or romance of all of the characters, it would be Dr. Mayhem. I did find Hottie 4000 in general to be funnier and more humorous than Dr. Mayhem. And while I did find Hate 4000 to be emotional, Isaac's was also emotional too. I would say equally. I don't think one was necessarily more emotional than the other. They both kind of tugged in my heartstrings. And yeah, I mean, I found very interesting that I think I did in general worse with the capers this time than I did with the capers with Hate 4000. I mean, it was just the way that I chose things, and that's okay. I don't know if one way to save everything would be to get perfects in everything, I don't know. But still an enjoyable ride, and looking forward to trying the next arc, which is going to be with the Overmistress. She seems like a fun character. I think I'm gonna have fun acting a lot differently than the Penny, or at least the voice in Penny's head from the other two playthroughs, and just I'm just planning to be as chaotic and as quote-unquote chaotic and villainous as I possibly can with Overmistress, just because I can. And I think that would be really fun, just to go against my nature, my natural inclination. So anyway, let me know what you thought about Dr. Mayhem's arc. How did you like Dr. Mayhem compared to Hate 4000, etc., etc. Would love to hear from you in the comments below. But until next time, when we begin the Overmistress's arc, take care of yourselves, and until then, love yourselves and love each other.